Hey science treaters, and welcome back to another video! Today in this video, we're going to be talking about density. Density is whether an object will sink or float in water. If it floats on water, the item has a smaller density than the water. If an object sinks in the water, then the object will have a heavier density than the water. So, let's get to our video. So today's color suggestions for the water, because usually if I'm going to do something with water in a tub, I'm going to color it. Today's color suggestion was suggested by Pika Cast, so go check him out. He makes gaming videos, so go subscribe to him, please. He'll surely appreciate it. His colors that he chose were green, neon blue, yellow. So, in this video, I thought we could have some fun with it. So, you're going to guess whether the object is going to float or sink. So, let's test it. Do you think that this apple, right here, plastic, hollowed apple, will float or sink in the green toxic water? If you guess float, you are correct. Plastic usually has a smaller density than the water. So, in theory, this plastic apple floated. Let's try this plastic milk jug carton. Do you think it will float or sink in the water? Let's see. The plastic jug will float in the water because it is less dense than the water. But if you start to put some water in it like I did, it will start... This will start to sink because the water is going into the object, which will cause it to start to sink because the plastic bottle is becoming more dense than our toxic water. So, if you guessed float, then you're correct. Next, let's test this plastic cup. It floats. But, once again, if we fill it with water, it will sink. See how it's under there? Because the water is taking the shape of the container, which is one of its properties, and causing it to be heavier than the water. So, more dense than the water. But it will float unless if it gets that. So, float is correct, or sink. So, let's try this plastic cone thing. As you can see, it floats. So, you can do this with any objects. I have a couple more, but any objects will do for this experiment. If you want to try them, then you can go right ahead. But be careful because I don't want you to do this without your parents' permission, so ask them first. But, on the topic while I'm just talking like this, I will be taking suggestions for my next video in the comment section below. Just make it not too hard because I am a middle schooler, so I don't have money. But I take suggestions if you need help. If you don't understand something in science, let me know, and I can maybe help you. So, this plastic hot dog thing, it floats. But let's test if it will sink. No, it floats. The reason why most of these other objects sink is because of the fact that they don't have any place for the water to go after they go in. So, the movement of the water particles will just keep going in and out, but this has a place for it to go, as you can see, since it's open. So it will float, and I don't know if all this will float. So here we have one of these, like one of these boom bracelet things, whatever you want to call it. Will it float or sink? As you can see, it does a mixture of both. I mean, we can see, but half of it goes underwater and half of it doesn't. So it's doing a mixture. It's mostly sinking. So the rubber is more dense than the water. So that's why it's sinking. It's heavier than the water. This necklace is greater than in density than the water's density. Now I have this plastic cup. This might sink. Let's see. No, it floats. But, just like all the other cups. But, as you can see, it comes back up with the water. It doesn't stay down like all the other cups. That's because some substances like this is meant for the water, so they make it so if it has water, it will float. So, that's great, isn't it? Now, you can see that bath stopper right down there? It stops water from going down. Now, if we see drain stopper, goes like that. But if we put it under the water like that, it will stay under there. That's because that's also meant for water, so they do that. So until next time, science tree fans, leave your suggestions down in the comments for what you want me to do next video. See you at the next video. Bye, and remember, always be sciencey.